I used to think I finally found my best friend until everything slowly fell apart. Today I'm going to share with you the red flags that I ignored in some friendships and the deep lessons I learned. Because if you've ever had a friendship where something just felt off, then this video is for you. Quick note before we start, I'm not a coach or therapist, I'm just a 16-year-old girl sharing real stories, hoping it helps someone else to feel seen or make a better decision in their own life. Hi, my name is Amy and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, then here we talk about how to align with your higher self, the version of you who already lives your dream life, by aligning your mindset, your soul, your actions. So let's get into it. So red flag number 1, when they are love booming. At the beginning of this friendship, I felt amazing. This friend at the beginning seemed perfect. She was constantly engaging with me, liking everything on my socials, replying with the same energy I gave. It felt like we had the same pace, which is perfect.
Nice.
But over time, that energy faded. She started to pulling back, becoming inconsistent and less present. And I realized later that maybe what I experienced at the beginning might not have been her true self. Just a version she was performing to feel close and connected quickly.
So that was a f***ing lie.
So what I learned in this is that even though someone feels perfectly aligned at the beginning, doesn't mean they actually are. Sometimes we just project what we want to see. Sometimes people give more than they can sustain and then fade away and reveal their true self when it's too difficult, when it's no longer easy. So red flag number 2, emotional inconsistency. I am someone who deeply values consistency, deep conversations, even just once every few days, okay? That's how I feel close to someone. It's my core need. But then when someone shows up inconsistently, hyper present one week and then fades away the next, it creates confusion. In that friendship, I started to question myself, wondering if I was asking for too much.
Emotional, damn it!
But now I know that I wasn't asking for too much. I was asking to the wrong person. Lesson? It's okay to want regular connection. Just make sure that you're giving that energy to someone who is operating in the same energy naturally, not someone you need to constantly remind. Red flag number 3, uncontrolled anger. So yeah, teenagers feel a lot and I get it. And I'm still learning how to manage my emotions, especially my impulsivity. But if someone constantly brings aggressive, draining energy into the friendship and they're not even working on it, that becomes toxic.
I got you, homie.
I had a friend who often responded me with irritation or negativity. At first, I thought that maybe, she was just in a bad mood, but it kept happening, and when I brought it up, it didn't change.
Perfect.
I learned that it's not my job to absorb someone else's anger. Even if they had a hard past or a hard family situation, in general, healing is still their responsibility. So red flag number 4, victim mindset. There's a difference between someone being vulnerable. There's a difference between someone being vulnerable and someone who never takes accountability. When I started to say to this friend that I used to have that they were doing something that was hurting me, they just responded me with, "That's just who I am." And that sentence told me everything.
You didn't have to cut me off.
Like, when someone uses their identity as an excuse, they're choosing to stay stuck. And that's a red flag. Growth requires accountability, and relationships is all about growing together. If someone refuses to grow or to reflect, it's okay to outgrow them.
Let's go.
So red flag number 5, when words don't match actions. So since I want to have aligned friends, I asked this friend that I used to have if she's okay with talking with each other every once in a while, every 2 to 3 days. And that's the thing, I get it. Sometimes people think that they are capable to do something. Maybe they want to say what you want to hear, in order to be accepted. But in reality, she didn't show up that way.
I got you, homie.
So what I learned is that don't trust on words, but on what they are constantly, repeatedly doing. So red flag number 6, avoiding loyalty. So at one point, I had this friend who wanted to stay close still with another friend who treated me badly.
Come on now, dawg. Come on, man.
You know, she said, well, she didn't do anything bad to me, so I don't want to get involved. I don't want to cause any problem. And that's fine, it's her right. But for me, that made the friendship feel emotionally unsafe.
Emotional, damn it.
And I learned this, that it's okay if someone stays close to someone who hurt you to walk away. I learned that if someone is choosing to stay close to someone who hurt you, then it's okay to walk away. Your peace matters more than their comfort.
Let's go.
Then final huge lesson that I repeated so many times and I tried to improve each time is that I stayed for too long in those friendships because I kept hoping that they would change. I gave more chances than I should have. All those patterns, they came back to one single cause, which is the fear of being alone. But here's the harsh truth. You don't attract healthy, aligned friendships when you're still afraid of being alone. You attract them when you are secure in yourself, when you trust in your intuition, and when you know that you deserve mutual energy. Because let me tell you this, your intuition is always there. You need to listen to it. In every single one of those friendships, my intuition always knew that I needed to cut them off, like very early on. So if you're currently in a friendship that drains you, that confuses you, that makes you feel small, listen to your gut, okay? That's your higher self trying to protect you.
It's payback time. Pow!
So yeah, let me know what red flag you ignored and that you will never ignore again. So if this helped, feel free to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Because remember, you're not too sensitive, you're not too much, you're just finally listening to your soul. So make sure to click on this video where I'm going to explain why it's normal to have no friends in school. I'm going to share my story and some mindset shifts in order to make you confident in being alone and finally stop having fear of being alone. See you in the next one!